Hello. We're
Oh,
both here.
what an exciting time, my good friend Karen.
This is great.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We are just, do you see on your Instagram, on your desktop, do you see your picture come up right now?
It's all hooked up.
Okay, so press go live.
It's all done.
And we are now ready to go, my lovely. Okay, I think I kept the Zoom call open, so let me just make sure that's closed. I did. That's why we're hearing the echo. Okay, we're live, baby. How's it going?
Good. I'm
Oh
excited.
my,
We're finally doing this.
we are finally doing this. I know that we have a lot of people that are watching that are probably your subscribers, your fans, your customers, your friends. And we are currently streaming on the K Pure Naturals website. We are also on my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram. So you all know me, but you might not know Karen. We're going to learn about Karen. And then Karen, we're also on your channels. And there'll be people like, who the heck is this girl with Karen?
Who's Dawn?
Who's Dawn? Well, more importantly, what are we doing today? We are talking about live shopping, and more than that, we're actually having a more personal conversation. You know, Karen, clearly you sell a product. Obviously, you know, you have something that people need, want, and an incredible brand story. But we also want to open this up to real discussion. We want people to share their experiences with your skincare on our live feed. And so the best place to watch, if you are watching on Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to invite you to join us to kpurenaturals.com. From there, you are going to be able to watch the exact same show from the exact same device, but you're going to have these convenient little buttons that are going to allow you to actually shop the show, which I think is absolutely fabulous. And the reality is we can also only look at so many pages. So Karen, to have everyone join us there is really the ideal situation. So yeah, we're just so happy that we have everyone here tonight. And I guess why don't we start with, I'm going to highlight our first item, which is really where it all started, Karen. We started your brand with the deodorant, and we'll shop what it is in just a second. But for anyone that's new to K Pure, tell us a little bit about you and why you started this brand. We want to really hear about your origin story.
Absolutely. So I'm a personal trainer by trade. I owned a gym from 2012. I opened a women's fitness studio. And in 2016, I started making products to promote the gym. They were purely promotional items. I did a lip balm, I did a scrub, and we put the gym logo on them and sent them out to local businesses with gym passes to promote the gym. And the long story short is that it snowballed from there. And that's how K Pure was started. I also had been making my own deodorant at home. And so the women at the gym were like, let's try your deodorant. So they became the test subjects for Get Closer deodorant, which is why it's such a great selling product, because it was used on sweaty, hormonal, exercising mothers. And they would come back, they'd give me feedback. No, it's to this, it's to that, it's not. And then I refined that recipe into Get Closer deodorant. So that is how that came about.
Well, I've been using it all day. And I smell great, but we want to make sure people sort of understand how to use it. I know we have two kinds of deodorant, so we will be talking about what the differences are. Right now, I've got highlighted the OG, which is the Get Closer, but we also have the no baking soda option, which I can highlight as well in just a couple of moments. But let's talk about how to use this, and also, is there a bit of a managing of expectations of what your body has to go through to get back on track the way it should be naturally to really maximize how this is, you know, how effective this is?
Right. So when you're using a drugstore antiperspirant, it's using aluminum and all sorts of nasty ingredients to actually clog your sweat glands and your pores. So when you stop using that antiperspirant, all that stuff is going to come out. We've had people 2 weeks after they stopped using antiperspirant still have the smell, the fragrance from their old antiperspirant coming out of their pores. So when we talk about a detox phase, not everybody goes through it, and some symptoms are for way worse for some people than for others. But the detox isn't from the natural deodorant. It's from all that stuff from the antiperspirant leaving your pores and your body and coming out. Some people, one lady went to the doctor because she had these huge welts on her armpit. And it was actually, he's like, what is your body trying to get rid of? It's not a rash. It's all that stuff coming out. So when we talk about detox, you probably heard about armpit detox. It's not from the natural deodorant. It's from your body ridding itself of all that junk from the antiperspirant.
So I did what I'm assuming we're supposed to do. Now, I mean, I would suppose too, if someone decided to pick up the mask applicator, which we are going to present later, if they want to use a spatula, they're welcome to do that. Probably could have, because I have these long nails that now everything gets in there. But essentially, this is meant to be applied using your fingertips. Is that the
Right.
idea?
Correct. So if you have long fingernails like we do, you just scoop it out with the back, or you can use a spatula, whatever you need, and just enough to cover the armpit area. I don't want to stereotype, but men especially will be like, why'd I go through the jar so fast? And why is my shirt stained? Because you just need enough to cover the area of your armpit, and then it'll dry to a really powdery finish. People get weird about applying with their fingers at first. They're like, ew, because they're thinking of a sticky, gross
Right.
texture of like those wind up antiperspirants, when in fact, it's just like a whipped body butter
Yeah,
where it just
exactly.
dries
It's
to
almost
the,
like a mousse. Yeah, it's almost like a
yes.
mousse kind of a feel, right?
Like if you get sweaty palms, you can put it on your
Yeah.
palms. You get sweaty boobs, you can put it under your boobs. You're not going to have that sticky, gross feeling of an antiperspirant.
Well, let me tell you, and by the way, hi, Shauna. We see we have Shauna watching on our feed right now. I also see we have a number of people watching on Instagram and Facebook. I pinned the comment of where to go, but the short of it is go to kpurenaturals.com. At the very top, you did such a great job, Karen, because there's this cute little, the movie end scene, clapper or whatever it's called. So it says shop live. So click on that. And I promise you, my friends, if you are watching Instagram live right now, the experience you're going to have is so much better because we've got these little tabs and shoppable buttons on the bottom, and you can actually scroll to see everything we have. And let me also tell you, we've got 20% off for you, and it's a very special promo code that we basically revealed within our live shopping room. I'm going to verbalize it once just because it's worth you going. But you got to click the buttons to be able to get it. It's Feb Live 20, but it's all typed up right there inside our room. Now, just so that people also understand, we have two kinds of the deodorant. So right now I've highlighted a new one, which is the non-baking soda option. So essentially, these are both natural deodorants, but you highlighted obviously the no baking soda part for a reason. So why is that?
So some people have an aversion to baking soda. They have sensitive skin or they just don't react well to baking soda. So for the Get Gently Closer, we've replaced the baking soda with magnesium. So it's more gentle on your skin. It's not as tough on odor and sweat as the regular one is. So some people find it enough. It depends. Some people only use deodorant once a week or not at all, but the Get Gently Closer is just much more gentle because some people do get an irritation from baking soda. So then you would want to use the Gently. Or some people, depending on where they are in their cycle, they find that their skin's more sensitive. So they'll use the Gently for that week of the month because they notice that the baking soda is irritating it. And if you do have that irritation, the mud mask will really help clear that out because often the irritation is actually just a pH imbalance, and the mud mask will help balance out that pH imbalance.
I'm going to actually highlight that right now. I see we've got Shauna in there. Oh, Janet says it's currently showing as sold out. Okay, well, that's possible, Janet. Um,
It shouldn't be.
It's hard to check it right now. I mean, unless Karen's got access to her Shopify, but we don't want to disturb the show too much. What I will say, Janet, is Karen is keeping that promo code active, I think, for a couple of days. So, feel free to go back maybe after the event obviously, hopefully you'll be able to buy it. What I will say for anyone watching is we don't really want to delay when possible on these promo codes. And I promise you, it's not Dawn pressuring you. It's literally because these are, almost, I don't even want to say small batch, Karen, but you still, like, everything is made right there in Mission, BC. So it's not like you've got this massive assembly line of warehouse of products, that are meant to last like 2 and 5 years on the shelf. Like, when things are sold out, it's because it's time to make some more.
Correct. So
Right.
it is small batch. It's not small batch in the way that like it was when I was making in my kitchen with a KitchenAid mixer. But we do make it probably weekly, semi-weekly. So you're always going to get a fresh product.
Beautiful. We've got Daisy says, oh, a lot of items saying sold out. Well, trust me when I say, my friends, that once we get wrapped the show, if for some reason there's been a Shopify glitch. Who knows? We never know, but everything is integrated directly through Shopify. So if there's an issue, I promise you, please enjoy the show. Still try to add to cart, but do not miss out on the promo after the show. Thankfully, Karen is going to keep that active. But remember, the show is where you find that promo code. I've now highlighted the mask just so that people see it there in case they want to shop it. I will say we also have the spatula on there as well. We'll go through the details about the mask in a little bit. But I do feel, Karen, that, we do need to kind of go into our skincare regime. We've got so many great reviews on all your products as well. And I just actually, before we move on, I do want to read one about there's lots. You've got, I think, 200 reviews or something like that on the deodorant. So one shopper said, it's, what did she say here? I've tried and tested 142 5-star reviews, by the way. Melody says, I've tried and tested many natural deodorants, but this is my all-time favorite. It goes on smoothly. It smells so good. Oh, and it can keep up with her pregnancy and postpartum body odor. Okay, so, you talked about how our body sometimes changes sensitivity based on where we are in our cycle. I'm
Absolutely.
perimenopausal. I notice my skin is a lot more sensitive, but you actually created this brand out of a need because you understood that the impact of what you were putting on your body was affecting the inside and what was coming out in your breast milk. Maybe tell that story for anyone just joining
Correct.
us.
And I just want to say for everyone that I did just peek on Shopify. So it's a glitch with our channelized thing here with the live shopping. If you go into the website after the show, it's not going to show as sold out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is integrated directly into, so yeah, I'm not sure why, but either way, please write down this promo code or review the replay, and you will definitely be able to use that promo code. So it's in there right now. Okay, Simone says, I've been looking for a clean deodorant for me and my 12-year-old. Okay, so let's talk about that. So
Yep.
let's talk again about why you created this. And as you have children and are introducing them to products that they put on their body, how much of that did you have to sort of think of when you created this deodorant?
So if we go way back, I have 4 kids, and when my third son, he's now 15, when he was a baby, I took him in for allergy testing because he was having major issues with digestion, colic, all the things. And they first gave me a list of all the things I was eating that was affecting that. But they also told me that he had high levels of aluminum and parabens in his system, which is plastics. And I said, how is that possible? Because he's exclusively breastfed. And what they told me was what I was putting on my armpit was going into my deodorant or into my breast milk. So the deodorant, the antiperspirant, that was going into my bloodstream and directly into my breast milk. And same with lotions. All that stuff was it was being absorbed by my skin and going into my body. So we have to remember our skin is our biggest organ and it absorbs everything. So that day I went home, there wasn't quite the information online as there is now. So what I did was took a bowl of baking soda, arrowroot powder, and coconut oil. And for years, that was my deodorant and you want to talk about red rashes and oh my goodness. But I was like, I'm not putting that stuff back on my body. So after doing that for years, when I had the gym and the women at the gym wanted to be my test subjects, then I could make it, because I didn't care that I had red bumps all over my armpits. But
Right.
I then developed Get Closer with the women at the gym as my test subjects. So that was super important because I'm like, I can't have that stuff in my body. And that is really how Cape Pure started.
Yeah, I'm just looking, by the way, thank you everybody for your feedback. I am just looking, it appears that the only issue we are having is with the deodorant, Karen. Everything else is able to be added to, well, maybe some of the serums are not. But we did have somebody add the Dead Sea mud mask. So there are a few things that it seems to be working with. We again will check on that. Thank you for your patience, everyone. This is Karen's very first live shopping event. And, technology is not always perfect and sometimes integrations, but more than anything else, Karen, we wanted to make sure that people got a chance to learn about your incredible product, by the way, which is not this sort of fast product that just came on the market. Is it almost a decade that you've been working with creating this brand?
This month will be 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And that's, the fact that, again, you've got 142 reviews on the Get Closer and the Get Gently Closer. I know that someone was saying, darn it, I wanted to try for my first time. Kelly, you're still going to try it for your first time. please, we really appreciate that you're joining us. And I know that Karen, as a female founded Canadian business, she doesn't want to miss out just because of like some button maybe not working for you tonight. So make sure you go to the website after.
It does. If you go into the regular catalog, it's all working. So there's just
Perfect. So
some glitch with
I'm
the
gonna put
live.
right now in the chat, I'm gonna go ahead and put your website so
Thank you,
that people
Simone.
can, yeah. So let me just do that real quick. And while we do that, I want, everybody to start thinking too
Mhm.
about, what are you doing right now? What maybe problems have you experienced, and what could you maybe attribute to what you're putting on your body? Karen, when I was working at the shopping channel, we often said, sometimes there were these things that we couldn't explain. And once you started realizing, you're looking at the ingredient deck, or you're starting to maybe take away some of the things that you're suspect about, you started to realize sort of the impact that some of these things are having on your body. And it's often not until you sort of find the solution that you realize there was a problem in the first place, right?
Right. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And when I first started, first of all, this was not going to be a business. I never imagined that one day I'd be selling deodorant on the internet. I was going to be a personal trainer and own my gym for the rest of my life. But and every month I was like, well, this is going to wear off. Nobody's going to want it. And then I said, okay, fine. I guess this is a business, but I'm only going to do body care. I'm not going to ever get into skincare because the world doesn't need another skincare brand. And what happened was people were using some of our products for their body, for like say drenched body butter, for example. They were using drenched on their face, and I was getting this feedback like, hey, I'm using drenched on my face looks amazing. Because marketing tells us that there's certain things for your body and certain things for your face, where in fact, because our ingredients are so pure and clean, that you could use it on your face. So we do still market Drenched as a whipped face and body butter. In fact, for a long time, we were the only brand on the entire internet. If you searched up whipped face and body butter, we were the only one that came up, because everyone's like, body butter, it's too heavy for your face. But it's not. It depends on the ingredients. So I digress. So that started happening. Our baby foaming wash, people, moms were like, I'm using this on my face. My face looks amazing. And then people were requesting skincare, and suddenly we're a skincare brand.
Yeah. Simone is asking, what would you recommend for dry skin? And this might lead us nicely into the fact that we actually have a couple of moisturizers in our lineup. So today, as part of a bundle, we do have a no filter bundle, which I've highlighted, which includes 4 products. It includes a foaming cleanser, a balancing toner. It includes a moisturizer, and of course, it also includes a hyaluronic serum. So there is a moisturizer in there. You can also purchase it separately, but we also have the Go Getter moisturizer. So why don't we start with the no filter moisturizer? And I'm going to highlight that on its own. If you're watching on our Channelize app or on kpure.com, kpurenaturals.com, you're actually going to see the buttons and you can scroll through the different items. So I hope everyone takes advantage of watching on the website on your phone. But I'm going to also highlight this individually. So let's talk about what the no filter moisturizer is about.
Sure. So I think no filter just came out. The whole line just came out mid-year last year. And yes, Simone, talking about no filter, absolutely, for your 12-year-old. So my 11-year-old, that's all I will let her use. It was developed for new skin or young skin and people who are new to skincare. So the difference between no filter and Go Getter, if you have drier skin, like I just put this on just before we started our live, the Go Getter, this is much better for dry skin, where it has no water in it. Whereas no filter is a little lighter. If you've ever used our lightweight body lotion, this is more like lightweight for your face. But
Right.
that being said, a lot of people said they use the lightweight body lotion on their face too. So whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So like no filter is just a little bit lighter. It absorbs a little better. If you wear a lot of makeup on your face, foundation, etc., you probably prefer no filter.
Okay. Yeah. And I will say I tried both of these today. So it was interesting because I got my package just a day or so ago. So today was sort of skincare day. I did the mask, I did the cleanser, I did the cleansing oil, I did all this stuff. And you'll be able to see the entire lineup, everyone. Everything is 20% off with that promo code that we've revealed on the website. So you have to be watching our live event to do it. And if you are having problem, with a sold out item, just remember you are actually already on the site. You can still shop it with that promo code, but do not delay because that promo code is incredibly limited. Now, when I tried the no filter, I sort of felt, for me personally, I liked the idea of the no filter cream as almost like a day. And I kind of thought, oh man, I think I might like to use the Go Getter at night just because it is so much more emollient. But the reality is it is that way because there's actually no water in this, but you could customize this if you did want to use it as a lighter weight, couldn't you?
Correct. So if you find, so no, Go Getter has no water in it. It's super hydrating. It's our best selling moisturizer by far. If you find it too heavy, what happens is if you take this, because it has no water in it, and you just put it directly on your skin, it's just going to sit on your skin and leave it really greasy. But if you have your face wet, either still from washing it or preferably a toner, you put your toner on first and then you use just a small amount. The moisture from your toner is going to make the cream absorb. So you can use a teeny tiny bit if you have like more oily skin, use a little more if you have dry skin. But the key is to have your skin damp so that it absorbs better instead of sitting on top of dry skin.
So you have so many 5-star reviews on the Go Getter. By the way, we have one shopper said, I'm pleasantly surprised by this moisturizer. I bought the small size to try as a spot treatment on my face. That she had some red bumps on her face, and she said after 1 week the bumps were gone. 2 weeks the redness was half gone. 3 weeks now my skin is smooth and the red patches are almost completely gone. So, I mean, those are incredible testimonials. There was another person, it was so cute. Someone had said the only thing they were wondering is, oh my gosh, like they're going to barrel through this because, what is it? It's 30 mils, 1 ounce. And they're like, because they're used to buying the big tubs, Karen. And then they
Correct.
said they were amazed at how long it lasted. So that's the kind of interesting thing because there's no water, because it's so emollient. Like the amount I put on my finger, if everyone saw that, I literally went my whole hand and all the way down my arm. Like there was so much on there.
You literally need like this, literally need that much on damp skin and it'll totally absorb. And same, I put it on the back of my hands when I'm done. And thank you, Chantel, for doing that.
Amazing. Yes. And thank you. We appreciate that. I see a number of people are adding to cart. We have somebody who's added the brightening toner to cart. So it must register when they just go to your website, which is nice because we can see and I can give everyone a ding dong. And many of you are, again, shopping that incredible 20% off. Thank you so much for that generosity. I'm going to highlight now just so that we can have a bit of order to things, because for somebody who's maybe thinking, I want to try K Pure Naturals for the first time ever, and it seems to me, Karen, like probably outside of the deodorant, the easiest place to start is with our no filter bundle. Now, this on its own is $165 value if you were to purchase everything separately. Not only do we have a price point, a bundled price of $148.50, but on top of that, an additional 20% off. Like we're talking like an addition, we're talking just over $110 to get all of this, Karen.
Yes.
So let's start from the beginning. We have to cleanse our face, and you've got a nice 250 mLs, quarter of a liter, right here, ready to go.
I like the way you talk. So no filter cleanser, we just came out with that one and it has been so popular. It's almost surpassing Clean Slate as our best-selling cleanser. So Clean Slate is our oil-based cleanser for makeup and drier skin, and no filter is more of a creamy foaming cleanser.
But not over foaming, because in my experience, and again, I sold a lot of skincare, over foaming sometimes means there's a lot, and I don't know if it's surfactants or whatever it is, but this is not meant to be like this bubble bath kind of foaming, is it?
No, and your skin won't feel stripped and dried after. So it'll give that nice clean without leaving it feeling greasy or super dry.
And is it I'm trying to smell, I don't smell any kind of added scent particularly. What is there a scent to it, or is it generally unscented?
Very small scent, very light scent, because I didn't want it to be overpowering. Originally, I wanted it to be just orange,
Right.
like sweet orange, but it was way too sweet. And then I was talking about it in stories one day because I like to post that stuff in stories, and like I'm developing, the orange is too sweet. I can't find anything to mix with it. And someone recommended adding rosemary. So there's a little hint of rosemary, so it's not that sickly sweet, but we don't overpower the scents, but it's scented with pure organic essential oils.
Okay, there are great reviews online. And by the way, again, the best value without question is to get the entire bundle. But in a moment after I read this, I will highlight the individual. If you're watching on kpurenaturals.com, hit shop live. You're going to see everything we're offering, and you'll also be able to buy the bundle again at the website. One shopper said, I love this cleanser. It's so creamy. It lathers on your face beautifully, a gentle, subtle scent that makes me feel like you're actually in a spa. She said, washing my face is now a wonderful experience and so relaxing. And then this is really important, Karen. She said, doesn't strip away your natural oils. Do you remember? I mean, I think you're a bit younger than me, Karen, but do you remember back in the day, it was all about squeaky clean? And what people realize is we actually don't want squeaky. The squeaky is what is stripping, right?
That is correct. You do not want your skin to feel squeaky, but we did. We did Noxzema and Oxypads and
Yep.
St. Ives and all the things to beat the absolute crap out of our skin. So you don't want that. That's bad marketing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, Shauna bought the no filter bundle. Great job, Shauna. Shauna, I'm curious, is this your first time shopping K-Pure, or did you tune in because you want to see gorgeous Karen talking about her incredible brand and to get 20% off? Let us know. Let us know. Okay, so I just now, everyone saw how this, I've got a little water here, you probably can't see it, but you can see how beautifully lathery that was. What I will tell you, because now I'm going to dry my hand, like the difference between the hand I lathered up and this one, right now, I can literally feel moisture. So this is more than just a cleanser. I mean, if for some reason you went, oh my gosh, I'm too lazy, I'm gonna the very least wash my makeup off my face, and you forgot about your moisturizer and everything, you've already done something good for yourself. Right? Like
I
I
love
think
it.
we have, yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
exactly. Okay, smells
Absolutely.
great. Okay, so now we can go into our serum step, Karen.
Okay.
Staying with, now we do have another serum that we're going to talk about later, okay? And we'll tell you the difference, and it doesn't mean you can't use this serum with that cleanser. But our next step is the serum, and why not stay with our no filter bundle, which I will highlight once again. This is also available for purchase separately if you are interested in that as well. Actually, our toner is next. I'm so sorry. Our toner is next. I don't know which was my favorite, but we're going to stick with this one here. Tell us about the no filter.
So no filter, again, no filter was designed, I've had this idea for a long time and I just finally executed it last year. No filter is meant for people who are new to skincare, who feel overwhelmed with all these, active ingredients and 20 steps. I also wanted to gear it towards, because my daughter is now 11 and all these kids that are on YouTube using like active ingredients and all the stuff they don't need. So I wanted to come out with a line for beginners, skincare people, whether you're a kid or you are just new to skincare, you've never used a serum or a toner before. That's what no filter is. So no filter toner has green tea extract. It has dragon's blood extract. It's super soothing. So if you have like redness, if you have oily skin, acne prone skin, that's who no filter is for. It's very gentle. It's really great for redness. Yes, Simone, I agree.
Yeah. So yes, Simone said that's exactly how I feel about kids using chemicals on their face. Gwen says total package is the best, and we have Shauna. Thank you for answering my question. Shauna said I've used a couple of the toners. Looking forward to trying the face products. So yes, if you just joined us, Shauna just picked up the no filter bundle, which is amazing. We've talked about the cleanser. Again, great reviews on every single product. And in case you missed it, on the Get Closer deodorant, 142 5-star reviews on this, by the way. Everything is 20% off. The promo code is right at the top of the comments. And of course, I don't want to scroll back, but you can see it right there. I think it's FebLive20 is the promo code. If you're having trouble clicking the buttons and seeing sold out, nothing is sold out yet. You can still buy them on the site, and Karen's going to keep those active. Usually rate only for the live stream, but we'll keep it for 2 days. Okay, so now we're going to get to the serum. So this is a hyaluronic serum. And once again, I hear you. I know we had someone say they liked the total package the best. It was Gwen. But I want to talk about part of our bundle. So this is your hyaluronic serum. For anyone that's still kind of learning about what is hyaluronic acid, because a lot of times we hear acid and we're like,
Mhm.
as newbies, we go, well, it's actually, this is the ultimate in moisture, isn't it?
It is. So your body naturally produces hyaluronic acid, and that serum is only hyaluronic acid with a little bit of the scent in it, the organic essential oils. It is just pure hyaluronic acid. That's it. There's no other ingredients. It's one ingredient plus the essential oils, and that is it. And so what hyaluronic acid does is it goes into your skin, it plumps up to your skin, it hydrates your skin. It's a great product. It's a great starting point. Do 12-year-olds need it? Probably not, but it's great for people who are just starting out, who don't know where to start, if you're sensitive to a lot of ingredients, because it is just one simple ingredient that will give you really nice looking skin.
So the serum on its own sells for $54, my friends, for honestly, by the time you use the promo code to get the whole bundle, for another essentially $54, you're getting all four products. So I just want to highlight the value in getting the bundle. However, we do also offer 20% off of this serum, which again is priced regularly at $54. So about $10 or $11 off with that promo code. And again, if you are watching on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, go to kpurenaturals.com, watch the shop live button, and there you will see the promo code that you are going to use. Great reviews. Once again, we had 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. We had someone say glides onto the skin, quickly absorbed, and a toner squirt on the palm of your hand and pat your face with it. So she liked both the toner and the serum. Now I will say this serum is, if you're used to a more gel-like consistency, this is not like, it's not quite as gel-like. It's definitely a little more liquidy, which is why I think it glides so nicely and absorbs so quickly, Karen.
Yeah, and it won't leave that sticky, you don't feel a residue on your skin. And that's when I formulated that. Yes, it's only one ingredient, but you still have to adjust the consistency. And that was intentional because nobody likes that sticky. The first few that we made were like before we went to market were like super sticky and felt gross. So that is why it is that liquidy feeling. So you still want to put it on damp skin after your toner, after you wash your face, and then it absorbs really nicely.
So we have, Chantel said, can we have a travel size of the no filter cleanser? Yeah, because what she's referring to is we also have the clean slate, which is your cleansing oil, which you can use as a one-step cleanser. I personally, and I'll highlight that in a second as well. Here, I'll highlight it right now. I love using a cleansing oil as a kind of a part of a two-step process. I personally love going cleansing oil because I wear quite a bit of makeup for TV and eye makeup. And then I like going in with the cleanser. But it sounds like Chantel would love it if you made a nice little travel size. Is that on the horizon, or is that?
Yes. So yes, Chantel. And Chantel is one of my most high maintenance customers, but I love her because she's also my friend. But yes, Chantel, we are going to come out with travel size just like this of the whole no filter line this year. So you will be able to travel with your cleanser, toner, serum, moisturizer. Yeah, babe. Also, I need to give a shout out to my Oma because I see that my Oma's on here. So hi, Oma. I love you too.
Your Oma, does your Oma live in Mission too?
No, she lives in Langley.
Langley. Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, let us know where you're watching from. I'm super curious. I'm right in downtown Vancouver. Karen, you're in Mission.
Mhm.
I would love to know if we have anyone watching from elsewhere in Canada. I know that you're probably a global sensation, but you actually do have a very big customer base in Canada, because who wouldn't want to support a Canadian business, but also because your products really do help us navigate our Canadian climate wherever you are in the country, doesn't it?
Right. Yes. Yeah. So we do ship worldwide. We do have customers all across the world, down in the States, but majority is here in Canada. Yay.
Sean is watching in Calmer, Alberta. You know, I'm from Edmonton, and I know where a lot of towns are in Alberta, but I'm not sure I've heard of Calmer. Keegan's watching from Abbotsford. We've got Mission. We've got Vancouver. Wonderful. Comox, but visiting North Van. That's my view right there, North Van, just outside the window. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the very first live shopping event with Karen, Cape Pure Naturals. In the future, Karen will probably be on these events herself, but I wanted to also introduce my audience to this incredible brand. And we've got Carl from California, but here from BC for Hubby's
Erin.
work. Wow, amazing. So I mean, this is just a chance for us to introduce people to your brand. Maybe people can stock up if they already love it. And of course, because we got the 20% off, it's never been a better time. If you just joined us, we've presented two of your natural deodorants, the OG, where it started. We've talked already about our cleanser as part of the no filter bundle, but everything also available separately. We've got your hydrating toner. We've also got your moisturizer, which we did touch on a little bit earlier. And of course, we did obviously talk about the hyaluronic acid. But as we look at this bundle, I want to talk about why with this bundle you wanted to go with that more lightweight, weightless moisturizer.
So we haven't talked yet about our third moisturizer, which is Glow Getter. It's a pink gel. So we had Glow Getter, which is a pink oil-free gel, and then Go Getter, which is the water-free, heavier cream. And we just needed something that was in between the two, because some people do find Go Getter too heavy, and Glow Getter, if you have even a little bit of dry skin, it's just not enough. So I wanted to come out with one that kind of met in the middle, and that's exactly what No Filter does.
Yeah, and it's really, I will say, I was amazed at how little you needed. Again, I've worked with a lot of skincare brands and tried a lot of skincare. So even for me, I kind of went, I thought to myself, okay, well, 30 mils, like 1 ounce. Like how, let me tell you, when I say touch your finger, don't scoop. Start with this, like touch, start with that and add more if you need it, because you would be, this really does glide beautifully. And the heat of your skin actually, it helps it spread beautifully and not, so you don't overdo it, is my experience.
Absolutely. And we always recommend too, when you're putting on your moisturizer, no matter which one it is, don't put it on like this and then rub it in.
Yeah.
Put it on your, like, between your hands and then apply it so you're not getting so much right here or here. I know lots of people recommend doing that, but I just always find it's nicer if you have it just a nice, even application.
So Robin said, pleasantly surprised with this moisturizer. I really like the consistency. It's just the right amount of thickness without becoming too much or becoming greasy. Wears well throughout the day, never feels weighed down. Also, on days when it's been quite hot and humid, I haven't had breakouts with No Filter, as she tends to have with many other moisturizers. She says the scent is pleasant as well. So is kind of that sweet orange blossom oil, is that kind of a signature scent for you in a lot of your products? Is that a go-to for you?
That one's not. This was new just for No Filter.
Okay.
I wanted just something a little lighter, a little more refreshing. The clean or Go Getter has neroli and lime in it, so it's a little more of a mature scent. I wanted something lighter because a lot of teens are using it. Something like my own boys use it, so I didn't want it to be too overpowering.
Right. And if anyone's looking at the color, this features, and now we're talking about Go Getter, this features Blue Tansy, which has very beautiful soothing properties. It's an expensive ingredient. Like what people might not realize, and when you look at, and I actually can't, I mean, I'm grateful that you're offering 20% off, because I mean, your prices are very affordable. Certainly you've got, some higher end price points because of the nature of what's in them. And still 20% off this, by the way. But I'm amazed that you've been able to keep the pricing so low, despite the such a high end and highly effective ingredient. So Blue Tansy, for anyone watching, is very well known for its soothing properties, and it happens to be included in here. And I would suspect that's why we're seeing this color.
Correct. Yes, in that and in the clean slate. So Blue Tansy is so good for your skin, and yes, it is a very high end ingredient. But because we make everything in house, we can also keep things on a nicer, more affordable price point.
Yeah, and I'm just showing everybody, here's the clean slate. This is the cleansing oil and makeup remover, and I'm holding it against white just because it's because just the nature of the liquid. So you can kind of, it probably looks a little green on camera, but you can see that's the color. So you don't tend to do you add color specifically, or is it just whatever the ingredient?
No, just the ingredients. No.
Okay. I'm just going to highlight for this. Chantel says not enough of them. Smells amazing. So she wants you to create more products with the sweet orange blossom, I suspect, is what
Chantel always has suggestions.
That's a good thing though, isn't it?
I know, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to highlight that no filter bundle one more time, everybody. All in would be $165 if you purchased everything separately, but bundled already a great deal at $148.50, but even better with the promo code FebLive20. You just put that in your checkout under like it's like an online coupon and you'll get 20% off. So I mean that'll work out to almost $30, which is unbelievable. Maureen is watching from Mission. Elsa. Elsa, I think it is from
It's
Squamish.
Amazon.
Elsa, great. I always just I kind of like invert the number or invert the whatever letters sometime. Oh, great. Rachel placed her code. Great. So thanks for showing the code again. Yes. And it is on the feed. If you're watching on social media, go to capeyournaturals.com. At the top, there's like, it says shop live. Click on that. You're going to see exactly the same thing, but more. You're going to see comments, you're going to see questions, and you're going to see little buttons that you get to press as well. Okay. Let's move on. I want to talk a little bit about maybe, let's talk about this cleanser. I think that we should talk about the cleansing oil, which is Clean Slate, because we've had a number of people mention it. And it's also another top rated product. So tell us a little bit about this product.
Right. So Clean Slate is great if you wear waterproof mascara or heavier makeup. Clean Slate will literally melt it. So you want to apply it when your skin is still dry.
Okay.
You put it on your hands, especially with waterproof mascara, which I wear, and then just really gently massage it off and then rinse it off. And then you can follow it with no filter or one of our other cleansers if you feel like it's too heavy for your face with oil.
So I just added some, oh, look at that. If you blinked, it was gone. I added some eyeliner, and it's actually now to be fair, I didn't let the eyeliner dry, but eyeliner typically, especially a black eyeliner, even not dry, because it's like a pencil liner, so it still kind of hangs. I can do it again too, but basically virtually disappeared. Now I'm going to add a little water because right now it's an oil. Okay, when you add a little water, I wouldn't say it gets like creamy, but you can kind of, I hope you can see it kind of emulsifies a bit, right, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
And so how does this work? Because a lot of people think oil, if I use oil, I'm going to get oily skin, or I've got oily skin and I don't want
Right.
to use oil. So tell us about sort of the misconceptions with oil cleansers.
The biggest misconception with oily skin in general is that, especially what we were talking about when we were younger and oxy pads and all these things to strip our skin. If you find that you have oily skin, trying to dry your skin out is actually going to make your oil glands overwork and you're going to end up with more oily skin. So using oil on your skin is not going to make your skin type more oily. It's a lot of oil. But using an oil on your skin will not, it will actually hydrate and nourish your skin. You just don't want that oil sitting on top. So if you find that it is too heavy for your skin, it's going to melt your makeup off and then you can follow it with one of the foaming cleansers.
Did you see how that, and I did blow it off. I like let it dry and like immediately. Now I will say, I've also tried some cleansers that's supposed to get everything off on my eyes in particular, and I'll get out of the shower thinking I'm good, and it's like, eh. If nothing else, first of all, it should get it all off. But what I also find in particular, and which is why I like a double cleanse, Karen, is that it also makes it so that you don't have to scrub hard. So in the case of like certain makeup, and because we're doing a lot of lip stains and cheek stains now. So what it also does is it softens up the makeup so that you can just wipe off, obviously, but you could go in afterwards with the no filter cleanser, which we do also have available for separate. If you don't want to buy the whole bundle, grab the cleanser at 20% off, grab the Clean Slate. And again, I put nothing else on here after the fact, and it feels like a rose petal, Karen, and it smells beautiful.
Thank you.
Top rated as well. I want to say too, every single product we have from Karen are top rated. By the way, only $21, knock another $4 and bit off. So we're now almost $16, $15 to be able to get that home. Cassie said, best makeup remover I've tried so far. Other products leave irritating residue in my eyeballs. In fact, she stopped wearing her favorite makeup because it was so hard to get off. She said, I need it in this life for the sensitive skin around my eyes. Oh, and then here's a really good one. This might be from, do you know a Reese?
Reese?
Reese says, I love this cleanser. My only disappointment is that I didn't buy a larger bottle. Do you even have this in a larger bottle, or did you at one point?
Yes, you have the small one, I think. It
Okay,
also comes in a 60 ml.
Okay, so when you go on the website, everybody, you'll get to choose your size. And so don't be like Reese, unless you just want to experience it, or get the smaller bottle because then you've got a travel size. And then the bigger bottle, when you travel and this is out, you can just refill it, right?
Right.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Let's check comments. How are we doing here, everybody? Oh, Kelly added the Go Getter Nourishing Antioxidant Moisturizer. Wonderful. Go Getter once again. This is your more emollient. I'm going to highlight it. For anyone just joining us, Karen, tell us a little bit again about this Go Getter.
Right. So Go Getter is a powerhouse moisturizer, and I really mean it. This is one of our best-selling products on the website next to the deodorant and total package. It is such a good moisturizer. It's literally all I have on my skin right now. I put Glow Up toner on and then the Go Getter. It is such a great moisturizer, but you just don't want to use too much. We kind of talked about this a few minutes ago. It's super hydrating. It's full of antioxidants. It is so beautiful on your skin. You just want to use a small amount. So again, on damp skin, very light layer, and it'll fully absorb and give your skin a nice glow. I also did a mud mask today, which is why my skin's extra glowy.
I did the mud mask too. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of seconds. I'm just checking if we have any other comments. Let me just double check because I don't want to miss out. Yes, in the promo code, everybody 20% off. Karen's going to keep it active for 2 days. That doesn't mean you're going to get what you need because, again, I suspect with 20% off, people are going to be rushing to stock up. Shelf life, unopened. Are we looking at 1 year, 2 year? It's usually, is it kind of the typical 2 years
We
unopened,
usually
1
say
year?
a year. It depends.
Yeah.
You could always feel free to reach out to me. There's certain things, Get Gently Closer without the baking soda. Do never buy more than a 3-month supply, but we have that written on the website because it'll tend to
Okay.
dry out and get crumbly. For the moisturizer, these things don't have water in them, so they're not going to go yucky, but you don't want to keep them in direct sunlight or anywhere hot. So general rule of thumb for the products is a year, but you will notice that some products will last longer
Yeah.
as long as you keep them away from heat and
Yeah,
sunlight
and unopened. Like,
and
so if you're
unopened.
stocking up, in theory, you could, you could get yourself through much of the rest of the year with the
Yeah,
discount we're doing today,
yeah,
right?
I generally recommend don't buy more than like 3-month supply, 6-month supply of something
Yeah.
because again, we make everything fresh in house. We have a couple sales a year, so just
Yeah.
buy what you need to get you through to the next discount code.
Are your products, a lot of times we hear like Canadian formulated, but then they're formulated at a different factory just because of the nature of some, is everything done right in Mission?
Yes.
And take us back to when you started the brand. It all started with Get Closer. Was this literally one of those kitchen table, did all your manufacturing all yourself? Is that kind
I
of how it worked
still,
in the
I
beginning?
still have the KitchenAid mixer downstairs that I now use to make homemade pasta. But yes, everything originally for the first half a year was done in my kitchen.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you hear these stories and I don't, I've chatted with a lot of founders, sold a lot of skincare. And I always, to me, the best skincare, the best products in general stem from a really important why. And I think it's important people to know too, like you actually, when we talk about like the OG, which is the Get Closer, and we do also have the no baking soda. So we do have both. They both come in the same scent. So we've got was it patchouli orange? And we've got the vanilla lavender. If you're just joining us and it's showing sold out, just go to, like you don't have to click the buttons that are on the screen here. You can just go to the website. There might be some sort of little disconnect somewhere, but either way, it looks like many of you are shopping. But you created this literally out of a need, and then you probably realized, hey, I'm not alone.
Correct.
So
and that was why I never thought this business would be a business. I thought this is a very saturated market. It'll die off. I'll sell it to the girls at the gym and that'll be the end of that. But I was wrong.
Yeah. Rachel says, okay, so in the winter, she often uses the Go Getter, which is kind of what I kind of thought more nighttime. But yeah, I see, especially if you're in Alberta. I can't remember if you were the one that was in Alberta. I feel like you might have been. It gets cold. And even in Toronto right now. And it's because it's a little bit more emollient. It's almost, I'm going to say, like a thicker gel texture in the way I describe it. You might have a different way of describing it. You're seeing again the blue tansy. That's the color there. That's for soothing. And then, as she said too, she tends to use the no filter filter for the rest of the year. So a little bit different, not just a little bit, different texture, totally different formulation. We do have the no filter again on bundle. Everything is also 20% off. Feb Live 20 is the promo code. You just go to kpurenaturals.com. Okay, so then we talked about the clean slate. Let's talk about these guys. We've got our brightening toner with niaminoside, watermelon, and cucumber. And we've also got our total package. And the only reason I hold these together is because they both got this black packaging. Are these designed to go together?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Talk us through, I guess, the toner first.
Yep. So Glow Up is an amazing toner. This is like next level. If you like no filter, when you're ready to go next level, or if you're like me and Dawn and you're perimenopausal and your skin's starting to do funny things, Glow Up is the toner. Has niacinamide in it, which sounds like an active ingredient, but it's not like one of those scary active ingredients. Over time, if you give Glow Up 2 weeks and you use it twice a day, you will notice a definite glow in your skin. Glow Up is amazing. It's got cucumber and watermelon in it. And I know I sound like I'm bragging, but this product is actually really amazing. And I spent a lot of time formulating it, and I cannot say enough good things about it. So if you want your skin to literally glow, like I said earlier, all I have on my skin right now is Glow Up followed by Go Getter.
Yeah.
Your skin will glow. It is amazing.
You look so luminous, Karen. Like I watch, and if you're not, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are following Karen on her Instagram, but we are also streaming on my Instagram tonight. And if you're not following Kpure on Instagram, do it now. Well, not right now. I don't want you to leave because you also put, in addition to obviously sharing details about your why and your products, you also are just this incredible supporter of women and how we should treat each other. You had a really great post today, and I don't want to get into the weeds of it, but you had a really great post today. But I'm just going to say, you are always so luminous. And I love it when you film from your car because like there is literally no hiding from like we can put on little filters here and great lighting and all this other stuff. And sometimes from your car, it's just literally like that's how you are. And you're just so luminous. And it speaks to the importance, Karen, too, of why good skincare and taking of care of your skin is so important. It is our largest organ. And without great skin, you have to do a lot of other stuff to fake it, like makeup and all sorts of things, right? But great skin is like the perfect canvas.
Yes, and I don't ever use filters. You'll notice depending on the lighting, my skin may look different, but I don't use filters because I see a lot of people in real life too, living in a small town. So I don't ever want to be like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's what you look like.
Yeah,
so no.
Yeah.
But Glow Up will give your skin it will make your skin glow. I mean, that's why a lot of the posts aren't just about skincare. I'm trying to keep it more wellness focused because great skin isn't just from the skincare products. You'll hear me talking about I don't drink alcohol and what that's done to my skin. So a lot of talking about that, just wellness in general. And
listen, not just that, but stress. I mean, I don't talk about this too often, but years and years and years ago, I was in a bad relationship. Who cares? But it was more than that. I know people care, but the reason I was saying that is it was causing a lot of stress, and I started to break out to the point where I couldn't even smile, and it just didn't seem to matter what I did, and when that relationship ended, my skin cleared up, and I can only assume that the stress was literally it was a toxic thing that was showcasing in my face. And I think, that's why it's like just even the fact that I know that stress is toxic. We do. So this is why when you create this non-toxic line, all natural, incredible ingredients, smells beautiful, like 25-star reviews on the toner, the Glow Up. One shopper said, I love this. It has great weighted hydration feeling on the skin, which I love. Products apply seamlessly after using. Another shopper says, use right after the shower, cleanse following by amazing total package. And I will say, I could see myself wanting both of these for different reasons. Now, actually, and I just noticed something too. The Glow Up and the total package are kind of like in glass bottles. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason, or is that just a design? And the only reason I ask is sometimes there is a reason why they're glass bottles.
So most of our products are in glass bottles. There's a few bigger ones that we don't because they're bigger and if you're using it in the shower. But the reason that no filter isn't is because it is directed, and I'm not I'm sure kids can use glass, but we were directing no filter to more of a broad range of people,
Okay.
including children. So that's why no filter is not in
Yeah.
glass, but we try to put most of our products in glass.
Okay, yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's a fabulous one. So again, watermelon cucumber. This really feels like you're at the spa. And don't underestimate, my friends, like these simple, and I don't even want to say simple luxury because I do think skincare is part of healthcare, right? It is our largest organ. But just the feeling, even throughout the day, if you just need to freshen up of
And
what
I
that
will
can do.
say that glow up, the cucumber and watermelon are not scents. They're not scented with fragrance. They are actual cucumber and watermelon extracts. So we don't use artificial fragrance in our skincare. It's all either essential oils, organic essential oils, or this is actual extract. So you're getting the benefits of the cooling cucumber. And so I saw somebody up there had asked if you can keep that in the fridge. Absolutely. So we have another one, chill out and go blow up. That yes, absolutely, you can use it in the fridge because there's actual cucumber in it, and it'll feel so good.
Oh, listen, you get your hot flash. Like, don't be ashamed to throw it on your décolleté because because your hot flashes start from your chest and they work their way up. So I just feel like what a nice little freshen up. We did have a question. Kelly says, for combo skin, oily in the warmer months, would you and dry in the cooler months, which moisturizer would you recommend? She doesn't want to have 2 to 3 moisturizers. Yeah, I can see that. Like sometimes people are worried about overconsumption. They just want like a one and done. If you had to choose based on that climate, which is probably like an Alberta climate, right? Um, you had to choose.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like Kelly, you would do better with no filter. I mean, you could get no go getter and like we talked about, adjust it with how much water you use on it, but you still might find it too heavy for the summer if you tend to be oily. So then I would go with no filter.
Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Oh, and Chantel, can I delay my coffee for a couple of hours? I need the toner spray. Yes. No, you need the toner spray. Grab it. Yes. And delay your coffee. Delay doing anything else so that you can just enjoy your coffee with it. That's for sure. And great reviews. While you're on the site at capeyournaturals.com, you'll be able to watch us live. If you're watching on social media, just click the shop live. Promo code Live 20, and you'll save 20% off only for the next 48 hours. Now we're seeing that dwindle to less than 48 hours. So it's a great time to shop. We have already talked about the OG, which are the incredible natural deodorants. And I want to just, before we move on to the serum, the total package, I did just want to sort of the elephant in the room, because there probably are people on the fence going, okay, natural deodorants, they've gotten a bad rap in the past. Like, let's face it, right? What makes yours different? And do we need to have a bit of like an adjustment in our body?
Natural deodorant absolutely has a bad rap because a lot of them don't have very good ingredients on them. Remember that the rock was going around, it was just a rock that you're supposed to rub on your armpit. Get Closer is our top selling product year after year. It has been for the last 10 years because it actually does absorb odor and wetness. Often, so an antiperspirant will block your pores so that you cannot sweat. So generally speaking, a natural deodorant, makes you not smell, but you'll still sweat. However, I'm not saying there's no other natural deodorants that do this, but Get Closer absorbs odor and wetness. And that's because the ingredients in it, including there's activated charcoal in it. So when you see that it's gray, that's activated charcoal. And activated charcoal is a really great ingredient because it actually draws out the odor and wetness from your sweat. Like I've taken activated charcoal orally before. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but that stuff really draws out
Yeah.
toxins. Like that stuff, it really works. So that is why Get Closer year after year for 10 years straight has been our top selling product because it really does absorb odor and wetness. The issue with people like, I don't want my clothes to get gray. Don't put too much on.
Right. Yeah.
Just enough so that it absorbs to a powdery finish. It will not transfer to your clothes.
No, and I will tell you, I did use it today. And I was running around and it worked great for me. I know that sometimes your body has to detox, and you've got a really comprehensive website too that talks about what to expect. Also, how to use it, because it's not just for your pits. Where else can we
Right.
use it?
You can use it anywhere you sweat. So if you sweat under your boobs or under your undercarriage if you're a man, you can put Get Closer there because, again, it's not sticky. It doesn't leave a residue. It dries to that powdery finish. It's basically a whipped body butter with the odor and wetness absorbing ingredients in it.
Carrie says, I'm super active, get sweaty, and this is the only deodorant I use and never stink. Okay, for those of you joining us, and especially if you're on my channels and watching, you're meeting Karen for the first time. Karen is, well, she's more than a skincare formulator anyway. We know that you are more than what your work and your mission is. But you actually are like personal trainer, marathoner, boot camp, and stuff. Like, you are an athlete, and you wouldn't use this if you
Correct.
didn't feel you could be confident going for brunch after.
Correct. So that is when I owned the gym, the women working out were the test subjects for the deodorant. So it was, the market research was done on sweaty working out athletes, women doing boot camp, women who had just had babies. So that is where that came from. And we haven't really talked about this too, but the mud mask was actually developed as an armpit detox. It just so happens that it does really nice things to your face too. So if you are going through a detox period after quitting antiperspirant, just put the mud mask on your armpit every 2 days for about a week. And then you want to do it once a week for maintenance, just to balance pH, keep away any irritation. But you want to do it on your face once a week too. So once a week, just throw it on your pits at the same time.
Beautiful. I just highlighted the mud mask in case anyone wants to grab it right now with that promo code. We're going to visit that in just a second, but I did want to talk now about the total package. We only have about 14 minutes left in our show. If you can imagine, we've been going over an hour already, Karen. I'm glad I extended the time.
Really quick, want to say a reminder to people on Instagram that we can't see your questions because we're on the website. So if you have questions on Instagram, to head over to the website and watch the live on the Cape Pure Naturals website.
Yes, I see we've got on my Instagram too. I see Eugene, I see Trisha, Martin, Justice. I see we've got Victoria. Victoria is, she actually owns Maven Shea, which is a fabulous Canadian brand as well. So you've got lots of fellow entrepreneurs that are watching, which is great. We do invite you in. Jennifer Cornetta as well. Chef Alex Tung. Yes, I did Chef's Camp this summer. Join us at capepurenaturals.com. Then you're going to see all the buttons and the conversations because unfortunately we're busy. We can't check all the different places. So we invite you to join us at capepurenaturals.com. And from there, you can use our promo code 20% off. We do now want to present to you our total package. I am just going to highlight that right now. So this, I'm going to say, I mean, all your products are premium, but this really, like, we're talking like creme de la creme de la creme in hyaluronic acid right here.
That is our superstar skincare product. That is our best-selling skincare product. Everybody loves Total Package. If you read the reviews, there's even men that use it that love it because Total Package is it's amazing. And you will see results. Your skin will look and feel tighter. If you're only going to use the serum once a day, you'll want to use it in the morning because you will see a visible difference on your skin, not just long term, but in the short term.
Victoria, I see Victoria had let me just make sure. Okay, Victoria says, she's asking probably about the deodorant. Currently 5 weeks postpartum. Congratulations. It's all I use and no stink. Okay, so she says that the deodorants, the Get Closer and the Get Gently Closer, it works through postpartum sweats. That's a testimonial for you. Okay. I want to talk again, this total package. First of all, I know that we have 2 different serums. And so if anyone is just joining us going, okay, how do I choose between the no filter part of a bundle or on its own and the total package? Or can we cocktail or do we use them separately if we do want to get both?
You can mix and match everything. So no filter does not have to be exclusively no filter, all 4 products. You can mix and match. I personally, this is what I use. I use these 2 to wash my makeup off. This one just in the morning. I use this toner, use this serum, and I use Go Getter. So you can totally mix and match. You don't have to use just the no filter or just the other products. The difference between the serums is no filter is amazing. It's just pure hyaluronic acid. You will see more moisturized skin. Your skin will be a little more plumper. Total Package is just a little more elevated. Okay. So it's a little better for mature skin. It's good for all skin, but if you are in midlife, heading into perimenopause, all those things, no Total Package is chef's kiss.
Yeah. Even the consistency is a little different. So let me show you. This is total package. Does everybody see this? So you can kind of see, right? It's got a bit of more of that traditional serum kind of texture. And again, a little goes a long way. Now I've got now so much product on here. This does have this beautiful fresh scent. It's like this is
Lime.
a lime. Ah, so beautiful. Now I'm just for comparison, I want to show you the no filter. I just want to make sure I don't get I don't want to get my computer. There we go. Because I just was trying to do it quietly. So it's a little more. Can you see everybody? It's sort of a little more liquidy. Okay. And if we did want to, I don't know if you have ever tried cocktailing your serums, but some people do like mixing them. Have you ever done that, or have you ever had? Is there
I
a reason
wouldn't with
someone
those
might?
two because Total
Okay,
Package already has hyaluronic acid in it.
right.
And I see Jamie has a question about Lighten Up, which Lighten Up is another one of our serums. We have 4 serums. So Lighten Up is an oil based, it's like a face oil. So
Okay.
you could definitely cocktail together Total Package and Lighten Up, which when we came out with Total Package, the people who love Lighten Up did not want to give up Lighten Up. So you absolutely could cocktail those two together, or you could use Total Package for that like firming effect in the day, and then use your face oil Lighten Up at night. And
Okay.
Jamie's saying, should she use anything after Lighten Up? It doesn't look like you're using a moisturizer, so I would put a moisturizer on after your serum. So the
Right.
way serums work is serums will go deeper into your skin. They're not getting that top dermal layer, whereas you want to put a moisturizer on top of your serum just to lock all that moisture in from the top.
Great reviews. And by the way, the total package serum is $68 regular if you use promo code FebLive20, and it's also on the site here. You'll get 20% off. So, I mean, that's going to save you about $13, which is incredible. I mean, it's worth it at full price. I always say this, it's worth it at full price. And your products don't really need to be discounted. You are doing this as a reward for people joining our live
Correct.
today. So I want to highlight, we're not doing discounts. This is like, thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you for testing the tech with us. Maybe you're trying Cape Pure Naturals for the first time. It's a really great chance for you to do it, especially when you know you can save it. It just might mean that you get to buy more product because of the saving, which I love. I'm going to quickly highlight the no filter bundle. And now I want to, just in case people are just joining us, best value of the day is that. I want to talk about the mask. You and I both did the mask today. I posted on my social media. I've tried a lot of clay masks. This is probably one of the best I've ever tried for various reasons. First of all, I love the scent of it, the aroma of it. And I love that it dries, because sometimes we get mud masks and it goes on creamy and it's great, but then it just sort of stays messy. And this one actually does harden and it feels like a vacuum cleaner. Look at that.
Yeah, so you will actually see as it's drying, you will see if you have a bunch of junk in your pores, you will see it as the mask dries, you'll see all those junky you'll see the little spots come out in the dryness. Also be warned that if you do have a lot of stuff in your pores, it may tingle a little bit. I love that feeling. Your skin may get a little red. That's not a bad thing. Once you start using it regularly, like once a week, you'll notice that go away. And if you take a break, if you forget about it for a month or two, you'll notice that redness coming back. That's because the mud is drawing all that stuff out of your pores.
Yeah, it actually, and when I say it's sort of like a vacuum cleaner, it's like, which is great. And I also experienced, Karen, today a little bit of that tingle. I personally love it. It's not a tingle like a stingy tingle. It's just almost like you feel it working. And I don't know, I like that. It's very soothing when you put it on as well because it's creamy. Mine happens to sort of feel a little bit cool. I haven't put it in a fridge, but I think that's probably the natural sort of almost like a temperature of what the clay does. And the clay is meant to detox. There are also other incredible ingredients in here. We do have a spatula. You don't have to use one, but it's always nice to have. And what I love is that the spatula is only $12 for crying out loud. Like, add it. Get a couple. Get one if you want to use it for your deodorant. You could do that too if you really wanted.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People do use it for their deodorant.
And how often would you recommend masking?
Once a week. And so just put it on your face, put it on your neck. I mean, you can do, if you have issues with your chest, like breakouts and stuff, put it on your chest, put it on your back. I don't know why I felt like saying if your husband has breakouts on his back, because that seems to be a man thing, but you could use that. And I use spot treatments every month. I get a nice big spot here on my chin, and I will just do a spot treatment every night, and it dries that stuff right up.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that does that. Do you know my husband? He just walked in the door too. He won't come on, but he actually also does spot treatment. If if you get like a little pimple, I'll let it dry and then I'll go to bed and then I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I'll just wait until the morning. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a cure for pimples, but I have found that some of them sometimes they virtually disappear. So
Mhm.
and it's because obviously it's got these incredible ingredients. It smells beautiful. And talk about the ultimate spa treatment. Now we have this available for 20% off. You can, and Shauna just added the applicator. I'm so glad that you did that. Rachel says, I definitely feel a tingle when I use the mask. Makes me feel like it's working. It's magic. Top rated, available here for 20% off. And if you do nothing today and walk away with nothing but understanding that you deserve to treat the largest organ on your body the very best, it's your confidence, it's your overall sense of well being. And in many cases, it might save you a trip to the dermatologist or to the spa unless you really want someone massaging you. This is the luxury that you can have as often as you want, Karen.
That's right. No, you can absolutely do it as at home spa. There's actually spas that use our products for their facials. So unless you
Actually, I
really
know
want that
that.
massage, you can do it at home.
Yeah, I actually know that. I actually know that. What I will say, and this is not, listen, you've got a lot of great retail partners. I did a live stream actually at one of them out in Chilliwack. And the one thing I will say is it's not 20% off there the next 48 hours. I'm not saying don't shop there. I'm saying tonight, you shop here. Does anyone have any questions? We're wrapping in about in just a couple of moments. Let me just see. This is kind of your last and final call. If you have any questions for Karen, this was our very first live stream. Um, yeah. Did everyone have a good time? How would you like to see Karen do more of this? Let us know. Karen, for
Uh,
anyone just
thank you.
for anyone just joining us too, we've been talking obviously about the Get Closer, Get Gently Closer, and the Get Gently Closer is the one that has no baking soda. I understand the difference on that respect. Other than that, are they both the same effectiveness?
No, they won't be
Okay.
the same effectiveness. So
Okay.
if for someone who doesn't sweat too much, I know different people have different needs. I used to be a secret clinical strength and I would still sweat, but I use Get Closer. I use Get Gently Closer if I find, depending on my cycle, if I find some irritation, I'll mix it up. And some people don't sweat that much, so they're just happy with the Get Gently Closer, but it's not as tough on odor and wetness as Get Closer is.
Okay. Oh, I just saw a note. Jamie said, I'm going to pull it up. And so she said, or it might be him, I'm not sure. Jamie Hayes,
It's a
clean
she.
slate.
She.
She, great for ingrown hairs. Is that like one of those happy accidents? Or did you know that this was going to be that way?
Jamie's mentioned this before, and it's so true. It really, I keep forgetting that till Jamie mentions it, but it's true. It works the same as it does on your, breakouts and stuff. It'll draw that stuff out. And thank you for saying that, Carrie. Happy accident.
Amazing. Well, I think you did a great job tonight, Karen. I
Well,
think
thank
you're
you.
awesome.
Thanks.
I
Thanks for
already knew
coming
you were
with me.
awesome. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, you've got access to that promo code for the next 47-ish hours. Don't wait though. We want to make sure that you get your products because if things do sell out, they will sell out. And that promo code unfortunately cannot wait and there's no rain checks on that. So please do that. We know you're going to love your products. I mean, just the deodorants alone have 142 5-star reviews. And the overall rating of all of your products are 4.8 and above. So and sometimes I always say like, well, should I draw attention that once in a while there's like a 1 or 2? And sometimes it's literally like they wish it was a bigger size and then someone decides to like give it a 3, like, so there's various reasons, but like to have like an average rating of 4.8 and above, that's pretty incredible. And again, incredible products made right here in Canada. Karen, any final words? You've got the last minute or so.
No, I think we've talked about everything. That was a lot of fun, Dawn. I really appreciate it. And we will definitely be doing this some more. So just keep in mind that watching it on the website is the best way to get the best experience of our live shopping.
Yeah, and the replay will be there as well. So invite your friends to watch the replay, shop the replay for 20% off. And don't forget too, there are subscriptions on pretty much all of the products where you can get additional savings over time. So once you love the product and you decide to replenish, consider doing a subscription, because that's sort of how you know you're always going to get first of the line. Because if there's only a few, subscriptions always get first crack at it. All right, Karen, you're the one who's got to end the show, and then
Yep.
I'll have a chat with you in a bit. So have a great night,
Awesome.
everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.